How's it going, guys? Today I put together a Caustic Arrow character that I played, I think, in Ritual League, created 688 days ago. So this character is pretty old, and I kind of updated it to some of the newer stuff that's going on. I know Bane is getting curse effect nerfs to it, and so I'm not running Bane with this or punishment, just running a Despair that I would self-cast on this. So this is a pure Caustic Arrow build. No Toxic Rain, no Toxic Rain totems, and no Withering Step. I have Wither totems. This is what I played in Ritual League. So just to kind of get an idea of what I'm dealing with here, I'll show it off. This is a very min-maxed build, crazy gear on it, and I do have the Explodey chest as well. Helm Enchant, it's all pretty solid. So this is a beach map from, I think, that league, and the AoE clear on it's insane, as you can see here. Like the clear speed through maps is pretty nuts. And I can just decimate a map almost as fast as I can get the Caustic Ground down, and it will just wreck everything. You can do almost every map mod. You can't do no region. Chaos Res is kind of a pain, but not that bad. Most of the mods you don't have to worry about. You don't have to worry about Reflect. You don't have to worry about Leech. You don't have to worry about Energy Shield. It's pretty fantastic, but this is also a map clear build. This was never a good bossing build, even at its min-max state. So for single target, you could swap in a slower projectiles for the Awakened Arrow Nova and get more stuff down, but I can drop my totems, curse, hit it, and that's about my boss damage on it. Which, like I said, isn't the greatest, but I feel like I just cleared this whole map already. Super fast map clear. So the point of this was to kind of see what Caustic Arrow is capable of at its limits. My bow is +3 with dot multi, chaos dot multi, and synthesized chaos damage. So the bow is insane. The quiver has pierce. It has dot multi, chaos dot multi with life and attack speed. Insane. Helmet has Caustic Arrow Helm Enchant with nearby enemies have -12 chaos res, which is an elevated hunter mod. Amulet has chaos dot multi, +1 chaos gems, movement speed, anointing, increased effect of withered. Chest has chance to gain frenzy charge on hit, and enemies you kill explode, so I can clear stuff. Gloves, big life, strength, and chaos dot multi. Belt has big life, has chaos damage hunter mod on it. Rings both have -10 mana cost of skills. One of them has aspect of the spider on it, and then the boots have movement speed, life, and whatnot. So these were synthesized boots that had chaos damage on them, and I went ahead and got some avoid ailments on them. This was originally built as a dodge build as well, so there was no need for grace, and I had crafted spell dodge on here, I believe, which converted itself into spell suppression, but I needed to get ailments because on this character I decided instead of going for Avatar of the Vaal, I would go ahead and get Way of the Poacher for frenzy charges. Now originally we went for Avatar of the Vaal because this gave you ailment immunity in full. We can't make any use of the exposure that you get playing a chaos build, so I went with Way of the Poacher. And my chest has frenzy charge on hit, but that's not needed. Really, this whole chest piece isn't super needed. But I rebuilt the tree that's been changed who knows how many times, and I already had this whole cluster jewel set up. I just kind of did something to make it work. So I wanted ailment immunity, so I got the ailment immunity here, got some here. Thought about trying to get a cluster jewel, which was like this one, Elegant Form. There's ailment avoid there, but then I just ended up crafting on the chest and getting the implicit on the boots. So I got ailment immunity there. I got spell suppression because I'm a raider, and then got this mortifying aspect that gives me malevolence, has increased mana reservation efficiency, so that I could fit grace into the build where it wasn't already there. So I'm running Clarity, Grace, Malevolence, and Aspect of the Spider with enough mana to kind of survive things with my level 30 Caustic Arrow. So that's coming from a level 21 Caustic Arrow, plus 3 levels from the bow, plus 1 level from the amulet, and then plus 5 levels from the Empower. And then I also have Awakened Gems, Awakened Swift Affliction, Awakened Vicious Projectiles, Awakened Void Manipulation, and Awakened Arrow Nova that you can swap in slower projectiles. Have a Steel Skin just for some defense, got Grace, got Enduring Cry, Flame Dash, Clarity, Malevolence, and then Wither, Faster Casting, Multiple Totems, and Spell Totem. That's it. So this, for clearing, is literally a one-button build. You just run through the map and you cast Caustic Arrow. The coverage is insane, and then since Despair is getting kind of nerfed, like I think the Chaos Res is going up, but the increased damage from damage over time is being removed, I believe. So Despair is getting a slight nerf, though it's still going to be desired in this. And then I got a Watcher's Eye, increased movement speed while affected by Grace, dot multi while affected by Malevolence, about as good as you can get there. And then, yeah, working the cluster jewels into this was one of the last things I did, getting Student of Decay for Chaos Res, dot multi on both the, well, this one is Flow of Life. But there's this mastery here that gives you Chaos Dot Multi per 4% Chaos Res, so you want to stack as much Chaos Res as you can. Defensively, I've got 61%, so that's 15 dot multi off of that. Not bad, could be a little bit higher. But against damage over time, I'm set there. And then I have some interesting jewels here. This one has life, strength, projectile damage. This one down here has corrupting blood immunity, area damage, projectile damage, chaos damage. All that's going to affect my damage over time. And then I came down here for Graceful Assault to boost the onslaught effect. Evasion as extra armor, help it survive. And then just pretty much basic chaos damage tree. The one big thing here is getting Mind Drinker, 2% of mana on kill, and then reducing Clarity mana reservation efficiency. Because just standing here casting this, I'm running out of mana. Even with minus 20 mana cost of skills, because I've pushed the Caustic Arrow to level 30. So I'm hoping that you'll be able to play this almost this exact build with the new Vaal Caustic Arrow. And then the Vaal Caustic Arrow would be what you use to get single target damage against enemies. I think that would be cool. Most players will run a Toxic Rain. For League Star, I will run Toxic Rain totems in order to get single target damage. But this is kind of what you would expect for like the limits of your single target damage with Caustic Arrow. So let's give it a real fight here. Let's do a Redeemer. Less recovery rate. Reduced effective auras, sure. Actually toying around with this and then going back to my Spectral Helix character in SSF Kalandra League. Yeah, I was just like, my Spectral Helix build kind of sucks compared to this because this build just clears so fantastically well. But I absolutely love this build, and it's got me really excited to play it again in the upcoming league and mess around with the Vaal Caustic Arrow. To get a Vaal Caustic Arrow, though, you're going to have to get a level 20 Caustic Arrow and then double corrupt it through Incursion in order to get a level 21 Vaal Caustic Arrow, which is what you would want for the most possible damage out of it. And Toxic Rain's been nerfed several times, kind of pushing it out of the meta even. And then you have to do more things to boost the damage of a Toxic Rain, such as scaling duration and whatnot. But it's absolutely amazing how well this build clears. The original idea from when I played this was that in the rituals, I would be able to cover the whole AoE of the ritual itself. I put my Wither Totems down. And once you cover the whole ritual area, you just kill everything as it spawns, which it pretty much did. Alright, so now I'm going to swap in my slower projectiles, put a portal down just in case. We got a Redeemer here. But yeah, again, this is literally to test out the potential of Caustic Arrow itself. Yes, I could put in a Withering Step and use Toxic Rain totems to get more damage, but this is the limits of what you can get or expect to get with Caustic Arrow. Now, we don't have access to the new tree yet, in POB, so I can't see if there's really any changes to it, but getting the whole cluster jewel setup I have is pretty optimal with all the gearing that I did using hunter items. But this is the build that I killed Maven with on the first time, like this one, and I wound up dying. And then on my first Maven kill, I got Verdi's Vaal and used that for the item art to skin transfer onto my helmet that I had, so I could have the fancy looking helmet. Thought it was cool. But there we go. Let's just a showcase of what I'm thinking leading into the Forbidden Sanctum League. I'm definitely going to be playing Caustic Arrow with Toxic Rain Totems and Withering Step. I'm not going to play this version, but this was to show what you could get with Caustic Arrow in its current state, like as min-maxed as I could make it 2 years ago, if that makes any kind of sense. Now, I could have gotten more damage with the Punishment and then going dual curse with the Bane like I used to, but with the reduced effect of curses and things, I don't know that I would push into that route if I did not have the whole cluster jewel nonsense going on over here. Then maybe I would get Whispers of Doom, you can get Atrophy, there's lots of skill effect duration there, and right here, you get skill effect duration here for your Toxic Rain Totems and whatnot. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for this one. I will start doing some practice runs on Caustic Arrow, and once I have a decent run of that I can put together, I will upload that. But I'd like to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, definitely hit the like button, as it really helps the channel out a lot. Subscribe to make sure you don't miss more videos from me. If you'd like to help support my channel, please consider using the super thanks, the heart icon just below the video, or by joining to become a member. And I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers.